Hey guys! Welcome back to a new episode of Okay, I Said Too Much podcast. Hey guys, and welcome back. I normally don't say that in my intros for the episode, but I was gone last week. I didn't upload. So I like to say that when I didn't upload. I apologize for not uploading last week. I have been suffering from this thing where when I'm about to take my period, I get really bad headaches right before. And it was like Monday was like, oh my God, day 3. With a headache, and I still had it on Tuesday too. I know part of it is like I'm constantly looking at screens too, which don't help. And it's hard to wear blue light glasses when you have to wear regular glasses to see. So I was like, I cannot edit. And honestly, listening to my voice over and over, because you have to think when you edit a podcast, you're literally editing second by second by second. So if I record a 50-minute podcast episode, that's like 4 hours of editing, so it's a lot. But oh well, I'm back this week, and we're just gonna jump right into the weekly update, just because a lot of what I want to say goes into my trending topics. So we're just gonna jump right in. I don't have a plan for this episode. I just wanted to have one of my like fun chatty episodes where I talk about a lot of things that I'm like, this episode is definitely going to be a really heavily focused on a lot of the things I'm watching right now. Good old reality TV, wellness culture, just Mercury is in retrograde, y'all. There's this guy on TikTok that's always like, Mercury's in micro braids. She got her hair done. She's in micro braids. And that is the funniest shit. So that's what this episode about. But weekly update. Let's get right into it. I feel like on this podcast, I come here a lot and say, oh my God, life is so crazy. Life's so crazy right now. Just know when I say it this time, I mean it. That life is crazy. Things have gotten a little weird. My head is scrambled, as they would say on Love Island UK. My head's scrambled. Just gonna take life one day at a time. But outside of that, we went out last night, so I'm not hungover. Like, I feel great, like hungover wise, but I am starving because I was like, I don't want to eat until I can like eat and relax. I need to go ahead and knock the podcast out. So this week's episode is really short. It's because I just got unbearably hungry and I just couldn't take it anymore and I had to wrap it up. So we went out last night. That was super fun. What's been going on this week? Okay, so I know later on this episode we're going to talk about wellness culture, but I have a recommendation that I have to put you guys onto beforehand, because this has been like helping a lot this week, because like I said, it's that time of the month, so I've been like extra bloated. I don't know who said this, but this what I'm about to tell you guys is a game changer. So months ago, what I would do is, because I bloat really bad, like I don't know, I think it's genetics. Like my mom and my dad both suffer from this, and I probably should take like a food tolerance test to see like what foods like trigger it the most. So I would drink green tea, decaffeinated green tea before bed. It works really good. Like, if you don't want to do what I'm going to tell you to do, if you don't like it, you can do decaffeinated green tea before bed. It helps so much. I can 100% say that, but it would keep me up all night having to use the bathroom, because I think that's why it works so well. I think it's just a diuretic, like green tea. So I think it was one of the YouTubers I watched. She was like, drink kombucha at night before you go to bed, and you're just going to be like snatched in the morning when you wake up. I was so nervous to try kombucha because the whole process of how you make it scares me. Like, if you want to start doing this, don't look up how they make kombucha, because it's going to scare you away from trying it. So just don't look it up. So she was like, try kombucha at night before you go to bed, and you're going to be snatched in the morning. And so I was like, okay, like, let me try that instead, because I just felt so bloated and I felt like I just like couldn't get rid of it. And for me, it's really hard for me, because everyone always says like probiotics are good for that, but it's really hard for me to take vitamins. Like, a lot of vitamins irritate my stomach. They just don't make me feel good. And so when I was taking probiotics like that was the result. It just didn't make me feel good. So I was like, okay, I'm about to try kombucha, and I was nervous. So I went to this grocery store, and I was like trying to find flavors that I feel like wouldn't be bad, because I was just I don't know, I was just seeing the process of how they make it, and I was just thinking like apple cider vinegar, and just like I was thinking the absolute worst. very negative thoughts, but it's actually really, really good. I usually get Health Aid. I just started drinking the Synergy ones. Those are good too. I was afraid because someone was like, Synergy has no added sugars, but it technically still has more sugar in it. Gram wise, it just has less added sugars, the Synergy brand. So I was like, oh god, it's gonna taste like how like flavored soda water tastes, but it doesn't. Moral of the story is kombucha is good. I will say that first sip be the strongest one, okay? It'd be the one that just hits you in the back of the throat. That's the most like apple cider vinegar-ish, but it's best like once you've had it open for a while and it's like, I don't want to say aired out, but that's kind of what it is. So for the past like week and a half, I've been drinking kombucha before bed. Obviously not last night because I was like drunk as hell. I don't even want to know how that would go, but I've been drinking kombucha before bed and it works. Okay, so as women, we're always like morning skinny. It's so great. Y'all, my morning skinny lasts like all day basically now. And I will say I have been eating healthy, and we'll get all that into that like later in this episode. But the morning skinny is immaculate after I drink kombucha at night. And it doesn't send me to the bathroom all night long. Like, I think it just really is good for your gut health. And like, it has made such a difference. That's my tip. That's my tip for the week. That's for my weekly update. Try it. Give it a shot. It's not as scary as we like make it seem. Like I said, I think for me, I had just seen the process of it being made and I was like, I will never drink that ever. And now I can't live without it. Like, I'm literally thinking right now, like, what flavor kombucha am I going to get for the week and to drink tonight? Because I haven't had one in like a couple of days. So I'm like, what are we drinking? But the rest of my weekly update kind of goes with my trending topic, the topics for this week. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right into our trending topic. It's so funny because I wrote the like script, I say that with quotation marks, for this episode like last week because it was supposed to be last week's episode, and the first line for my trending topic, full circle moment. So basically, like I said, Mercury is in retrograde. And I know people are always like, oh, it's not true. Astrology, you can't base your life around where planets are in the solar system. And I get it. I do understand the skeptic of astrology because even me, I'm like, okay, y'all are taking this too far. And this is the moment I had when I discovered this astrologer's video. Basically, it's a stitch of a video of where Kim Kardashian had said in a recent interview, she's just like really lonely right now and just trying to spend a lot of time with her kids because she's not dating and stuff like that. What I really want to talk about for the trending topic is like, there are so many crazy ass astrological things going on right now in the universe that could be affecting you. So one, I'm turning 30 this year, so I'm like at the tail end of my Saturn return. Well, I'm actually out of my Saturn return because Saturn went to Pisces spring, I think. Yeah, it went to Pisces this spring. So basically, if someone's like, oh, your Saturn return, your sun return, what that means is that planet, that Saturn, goes into the sign of when you were born. So I think Saturn was in Aquarius. Yeah, Saturn was in Aquarius for like 2 years. The worst 2 years of my freaking life. And so if you were born in 1993, your Saturn is in Aquarius. And so I went through my turn. Saturn is the planet of like teaching you. It's there to teach you lessons, to teach you about yourself, to just, really bring like, tough lessons to the front. Went through my Saturn return. I was so happy because I was like, oh, I'm out of the woodwork. Then Saturn went into Pisces. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about astrology so it all makes sense. There's different like groups of the signs. Like it's mutable, cardinal, and all the other ones. So my big three, and your big three is your sun, moon, and rising. My big three are all mutable signs. So the mutable signs are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces. So that's my big, I don't have any Virgo placements really at all, but you are affected by things more if like you're a mutable sign, because those signs kind of go together. That's why this Mercury retrograde is like such a like big deal, because Venus is also retrograde. I think Venus is retrograde in Libra, but don't quote me on that. Let me look it up. Leo. It's even worse because Leo's a fire sign and I'm a fire sign. My son is a fire sign. So I got a lot going on my chart, but I'm explaining this for you guys. So let me ignore me. So basically Venus is in retrograde. Okay. Venus adds this kind of like when Venus is in retrograde, that's like your dating, love life, home life, stuff like that. So Venus is in retrograde in the sign of Leo. Saturn is in Pisces. Virgo season started August 23rd. Mercury went retrograde in Virgo August 23rd, and Mercury rules Gemini. And I'm saying all this because it all goes together. It's a hellstorm in the universe, in the planets right now. The planets, if you are wondering like what's going on, if you're like, I feel crazy, like my emotions are everywhere, like the planets are planeting right now. If you were wondering, the planets are planeting right now. And if you have like any placements in like Leo, fire signs, mutable signs that I just said, like you're probably going through it. And then I think, so basically this year ended like the Mercury retrogrades in Scorpio and Taurus. And I will say thank you. That is one good thing that has came out of the astrology this year, is to end the like Scorpio and Taurus reign of Mercury retrogrades. So let me break down Mercury retrograde and what it means and honestly what you should do. So the one thing that makes me the most nervous about Mercury retrograde is they say it's not good to travel during Mercury retrograde. Things can just go wrong, but just have a checklist. That's what astrologers will tell you. Mercury retrograde is not a bad thing. Most likely it's just going to teach you a really good lesson about yourself. And it also just teaches you like, hey, I need to plan ahead. Like I need to really slow down, take more, I don't know, like oh my God, am I having a stroke? I'm blanking. Basically like take the scenic route of your life. Like that is a great way to say it. Like don't rush into things during Mercury retrograde. Like the best time to make a pros and cons list is right now. Like that's the best time to do it. It just is gonna like the best way to put it is like research, revision, and just edit anything that is throwing you off. Like take stock. Like people's biggest thing to say like is Mercury retrograde and X is gonna come back. You're like, or a friend that you were like not talking to is gonna come back into your life. And since Venus is in retrograde right now, that's even more amplified right now. So the best thing to do is just, okay, say some girl you haven't talked to in a couple years is like, I want to be friends again. I want to like da-da-da-da. You don't have to write it off completely just because Mercury's in retrograde. You just need to pause, proceed with caution, and not just be like, yeah, girl, we can be friends. Like, no, write the pros and cons list. Like 2 seconds to just check in with yourself and see how you feel. Like if something before Mercury retrograde, not to get too much into my personal life because I'm not telling y'all my business this episode. Gonna have to be a couple episodes from now before I tell y'all my business. Something in my life that I had been mentally struggling with a lot right before Mercury retrograde has shown itself. And so the best thing I can tell is check in with myself. Be like, self, how are you doing? My head's scrambled, self. Okay, since your head is scrambled, you should probably sit down and take a minute and not make any rash decisions. That's it. That is Mercury retrograde explained. Do not make any rash decisions. I feel like every single few months when it comes around, because Mercury goes retrograde all the time, planets go retrograde all the time, it's like scare tactics. It's like I try to have a little bit of astrology stuff on my For You page on TikTok, but then it's like Mercury goes into retrograde and it's like bam, 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 and you get overwhelmed by it. You don't need to feel that way. You just have to plan, research, edit, and just take a breath and just be like, I don't have to make a decision right now on this. And retrograde ends September 15th. So it's like, I don't have to make a decision on this. Let me see how this plays out over a couple weeks, and then I'll make a decision on it. And then I think I'll be more informed to make a decision on it then too as well. I wanted to do this trending topic because I feel like we just get so much like scare tactics when it comes to astrology. And I think that's why people hate astrology, because they make it so like, this is going to happen to you and this is going to happen to you, when most likely none of that shit's going to fucking happen to you. People are like, that, why would I believe that? So I think that is the stigma around it. But I can honestly tell you guys, my Saturn return did exactly what people say Saturn return will do to you, and Saturn still being in Pisces and affecting me that way is still happening, and I'm still finding my purpose, me, who I am as a person. So I say trust the stars, personally. That's just but let's just jump right into this episode and get into the meat and potato. Okay, so we're gonna hop right into this episode. Well, we've already been, you guys know what I'm saying, okay? I am going to get the less fun topic out of the way, and then we're gonna move into the fun stuff. So I had been thinking about this heavy recently, and I think it is because I have been eating better and just trying to make every day better choices, Kills me every single day is the wellness culture that has been portrayed on social media. It's I don't even know how to explain it really. It's so toxic. I think what happened is okay, so you know how I talked about the whole kombucha thing, and there's the super greens, the I think it's because AG1 greens have been sponsoring everyone these past 2 weeks. You can always tell when it's been a new push of social media marketing by a brand, and I'm there's this other girl on the other end of that who, what she does is she breaks down the ingredient list of all these green powders and these healthy supplements that people push to their followers every single day. She's there's just no real claims in drinking green powder. If you just make a point of eating vegetables every day, then you will get everything you need, basically. And I think the reason why I was thinking about this weird toxic TikTok, YouTube, social media wellness culture is because, so I watch this YouTuber, I'm not going to say her name, but I watch this YouTuber, but I also watch or read her Reddit pages that people have about her. No mercy. One, let's just say that. And two, she does this thing where she'll do a wellness week in my life, and it'll be about her life and what she does to get back on track and take care of her body and stuff like that. She gets a lot of negative feedback for that, and here's why. I think it's toxic to push whatever sense of wellness culture that you, or wellness, to people when there's a sponsorship behind it. That just is so crazy to me because, okay, so you'll do what's the big one everyone does? The Care of vitamin sponsorship one time. These are the vitamins I'm taking. Okay, then it's this wellness website where you can go and get all the vitamins, all the supplements you could ever need. They're sponsoring this YouTube video. It's AG1 Greens is sponsoring us this week, and then Limit Hydration is sponsoring us next week. It's so contradicting, and it's just such a money grab. And I can always tell when someone probably has a very young following, or not all of their following, but some of their subscribers and Instagram followers are young girls. You can just tell what they're into. They're going to be into someone like that, and you're pushing all these different supplements and wellness and this and that and wellness week in my life and what I do to feel good. You're pushing all of this to young girls when it's all just a money grab. Do I think, yes, that you want to be the healthiest version of you and you are taking supplements to do that? Yes, everyone does. I just told you I drink freaking kombucha every night to feel good. Yes, but I'm not going to be okay, Health Aid Kombucha is going to sponsor me this week and be this is what completely helps with my blood, and then AG1 Greens the next week is what's helping with my... Isn't this shit just insane to you? There's this thing that's it's called orthorexia, and it's basically this idea of being so obsessed with wellness and healthy and eating healthy and healthy supplements, and it does become an eating disorder in a sense, because you're just so obsessed with I gotta eat the cleanest stuff, I gotta take the cleanest vitamins, I gotta take the green powders, I have to do this, but now this new product's out, so I need to do this. I promise you guys, if you just wake up, drink some water, eat a healthy balanced breakfast, eat a healthy balanced lunch, and eat a healthy balanced dinner, be okay. I promise. And move your body some. I promise you will be okay. You do not. Oh my God, my stomach is growling. Speak of the devil. I am so sorry. if the mic is picking that up, I'm so sorry. But if you just would make that conscious decision, it's it just is so crazy to me that people can think to take all of these supplements and all of these fake green powders every single day, but can't think to just eat a vegetable. The silence says it all. It just is insane to me. And I think at some point you have to, as influencers, you have to realize who your audience is. Think am I giving them a good example? There's this other YouTuber, she's ate a nutritious meal meal today so I can have popcorn at the movies. Girl, have the popcorn at the movies and keep it pushing. Like, it's just so insane to me. So insane to me. Especially when you have, like, I think people forget anyone can find anything, meaning a 13-year-old girl who's going through probably the most pivotal time in her life can find your video and then be like, I need to be taking all these green powders. I need to be working out 2 times a day. Like, I need to be like pushing myself to do this. And it's just like, girl, just eat a balanced diet, y'all. Just eat a balanced diet and stop pushing this idea of like the ultimate wellness, because there is none. There's none. Have a cookie, eat some broccoli, and keep it pushing. This is, now that we've gotten that out of the way, because that's just been heavy on my heart. I had to speak on it because it had been heavy on my heart. And this episode was like, my chatty episode, just talking to you guys. My next thing is I have a new obsession, and it's watching people react to 90 Day Fiance. Because if you don't know me, or you don't know this about me, I don't know if I've ever said this, I get really bad secondhand embarrassment when it comes to watching like people interact in like a dating type of sense. Like Love Island, oh my god, my stomach is growling. I know the mic picked up that one because I heard it with my headphones on. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'll try to fix the audio so you guys don't hear that. But so just when it comes to like dating stuff, it just it makes me so uncomfortable. So I can't watch 90 Day Fiance. I can't watch Married at First Sight, Love After Lockup. I can't watch it. I can't do it. It gives me the EBGBs, okay? Oh, I can't do it. So there's this guy right now. It's Arthur TV is a good one. Who else? I have it written down on here. The Quick Slice is a good one. I like the Quick Slice because he just shows clips. Like, I like watching people on YouTube when they react to TV shows, when they just show clips of the show and I don't have to actually see their face. Arthur TV, he shows in his face and he talks and stuff like that. Like, sometimes I don't need all the commentary, okay? The Quick Slice is more like funny, making fun of these people because it is just like so comical. Like 90 Day Fiance is just interesting. But I'm so obsessed with it. I don't know why, but recently reality TV dating shows, reality TV in general has just been getting me. I don't tend to watch a lot of reality TV, but 90 Day Fiance is just, it's like, I knew it was crazy. People talk about it like it's like a phenomenon behind 90 Day Fiance. Like, I knew it was crazy, but I just did not know it was like this. And so I started with watching the 90 Day Fiance clips, and then I spiraled to Married at First Sight, and I saw this couple on here. So this girl is like, she's on, I guess, okay, for a show like Married at First Sight, they tell you exactly what's going to happen, okay? They tell you exactly what is about to happen on the show, what's going to happen to you, okay? You know the deal. And then, so basically, you go by like therapists and love experts, and then they find you a perfect match. And this girl basically said looks are important to her. Like, he has to have nice teeth. He has to be handsome. Like, I have to be physically attracted to my husband. And so sometimes the producers, therapists, and all that, they know what they be doing. Number one, they know what they be doing. And so every once in a while, they'll put a couple together where they know they do not fit, they don't match, it's not going to work. So basically, this lady walks up, she's at the wedding. This scene is insane, y'all. The scene's insane. So she's looking at the dude, and the guy's like, the officiant is like saying whatever, and the guy smiles at her. And I mean, he doesn't have terrible teeth, okay, but they're not straight. And like, it's instant. And in that moment, you can see on her face, she's done. She's done. It's not happening. They're not going to stay married. Like, she is completely done in that instant. Like, her whole mood changes, okay? This dude, as nice as can be, is just ready to move forward with it. Like, he's just like the type of person, like, I'm putting my all into the situation. We're doing this, okay? He's super excited. She, as soon as the wedding is over, starts freaking out. She's not talking to him. She hasn't spent any time with him. She has this weird conversation with his friends where they're like, he's very caring and really does care about people, but sometimes that comes out wrong in the way he can be condescending, but it's coming from a place of love. Like, we just want to let you know, like, it's always going to be from a place of love. She basically takes that and runs with it. She hasn't talked to this man all night, and she's literally behind a closed door talking to producer, crying. She's like, he's just so condescending, and he's just terrible, and why would he talk to me like that? Y'all haven't talked. Y'all haven't had one conversation. What are you saying? And so he's talking to her mom, and she's like, how's everything going? And he's basically just like, it's not going good. Like, we haven't talked. Like, just being honest, that this girl freaks out when she learns the conversation that he had with her mom. She freaks out. She's like, why would you say that to my mom? Why would you tell her that? Da-da-da-da. Why are you lying? You're a liar. What? It's just so insane. Why do people get on shows thinking that like the premise of the show is not going to be the same show that like this is married? Like this isn't the first season of Married at First Sight. Like, you know what the show's about. Why did you think it was just suddenly going to be different for you? They go to the end. They go through this whole thing, go to the end, and the therapist, marriage couple, whatever he is, I don't know his title, says, do you guys want to stay married or get a divorce? And the man's like, get a divorce. What are you talking about? This girl starts breaking down crying. She was like, I just didn't feel like I was going to do all this for this outcome. And I don't know if she meant, no, she says, I didn't think I was going to work on all this for this outcome. So I don't know if she like if they ended up trying, if she ends up trying and working on things throughout the season. I didn't watch that, okay, just watching snippets and clips, or if she just meant like that she didn't know like coming on the show this was going to be her outcome. She starts crying and storms off, and the dude's just like shocked, because at first a lot of people were like, why did she just not stop it in the beginning? So basically you get married and then everyone goes on like this really nice honeymoon, like all the couples, and so there's a lot of theories that she just wanted the like really nice couples, and then they put you in an apartment, like a really nice apartment afterwards. And so they're literally in Mexico and they get in a fight because she's like, well, I still want to move into the apartment because I want to be there with all the girls. Like, what if all the girls want to get together and I'm not there? Like, and starts crying. And he's like, if you want to move into the apartment, I don't care. Like, and she's like, well, I just don't, like, because she doesn't want to live with him. She just wants to move into the apartment by herself. And the producers are like, why would you? Like, this one is crazy because I will say TLC, their producers do step in a lot. And the producers are like, why would you? If you don't want to be married to him, why would you just move into, like, they were basically like, that's not how the show works. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, it was just a lot. That's just something I don't think I could watch in real time. But do you want to know a show I have watched in real time? It's not done yet. I don't know the ending, and that is The Ultimatum. That's because I started with season 2 because everyone had been talking about season 2. I need to go back and watch season 1 all the way through. Netflix show The Ultimatum. It's basically like these couples come and one couple has given the other person an ultimatum, like, we're gonna do this, and either at the end of this we're getting married or I'm walking away. So basically what happens is the couples come in, they go on dates with, like, basically it's like wife swap. Everyone like swipes off, figures out what the person of the opposite sex, who they want to live with from a different couple. So you live with a different opposite of the sex and do your daily life from a different couple. I don't know if I'm explaining this well. Let me use names. So basically, like this season, it was like Raya and Trey and James and Ryan. Ryan is the girl in the situation. That's a lot of names. Ryan switches and lives with Trey, and Raya, Trey's girlfriend, lives with James. So basically, that's how it goes. So you do that for like a week, 2 weeks, I think a week, and then you live with your couple, like your actual couple, for like 3 weeks, and then at the end of it you have to decide. And so basically it's just like when you're living with the other people that it's not your original couple, it's like you're single, you and your ex broke up, like da-da-da. I would never do this. I don't see why people go on shows and then are so baffled when a show ruins their relationship. Like James and Ryan, James has issues. That man needs lots of fucking therapy. He has mommy issues to his core. His mom was even on the show. You can 100% see why he has mom issues. Like James, okay, so basically there's one scene, this isn't gonna ruin anything. So it's when they're back in their actual couples and they're living together for 3 weeks. Him and Ryan are having a conversation, and Ryan taps her nails on the counter when they're talking about something, and James like freaks out for no reason. And then they're arguing about this all night, and finally at 2 a.m. after he's kept her up all night is like, well, when you did your hand like that made me think of like something my mom's done in the past, and it just like triggered something. And it's like, it was just bullshit. Like, it's just like, you waited till 2 a.m. after y'all have been arguing about this for like 6 hours now. And then he comes out with some other stuff. It's 100% emotional manipulation. And then there's this other couple, Roxanne and Antonio. So Roxanne has a job. She has a business. She makes good money, boss babe, all that. Antonio is a bum. I don't want to say he's a bum. He's just definitely gone through shit in life, and he's just not there yet. He's not there yet. So she goes and lives with this guy, Alex, for a week, and she bad mouths Antonio the whole time. When I tell you, I'm not big on like reality TV reunions. I feel like it's just so much. I have to see this because when Alex finally tells Antonio like, hey, I don't think she respects you, bro, and I think you're her whipping boy, Antonio flips out like, why the fuck would you say that? Why the hell would you say that? And I will say Alex wouldn't give him any examples of why he felt like that, and he was just kind of like, I don't want to hurt your feelings, bro, like I'm not trying to do all this. And I think he should have just came out and said like some of the stuff she had said, because it gave Roxanne an opportunity to go back to Alex and be like, why would you say that? Like, what do you mean by that? Now Alex is in the wrong because he tries to gaslight the fuck out of Roxanne, and you can tell Roxanne's just not taking it. Her issue with Antonio is that Antonio don't have no fucking money, and Alex has a good job, has owned a business, sold a business, and she was like, oh, my ex could never, I don't know. You guys have to go watch it. It's fucking insane. I would never do that shit. Like, The next new episode comes on Wednesday. I think there's like 2 more episodes that haven't aired yet. Y'all, it's just... whew. I have a feeling... I was watching a TikTok about Roxanne and Antonio. They were like, how big is it, Roxanne? Because it got to be that. That's why you staying. How big is it? And so I have a feeling that she's going to be like, I don't want to get married, but I don't want to lose you. And I don't think he wants to break up with Roxanne either, because he wants the money. He wants to get married to have more control over her money. That's the only reason why he wants to get married. And she doesn't want to get married for that exact reason. I feel like lately, like watching reality dating TV shows, I'm like, why aren't you guys having these conversations way earlier? Y'all been together for 2 years. There's one couple, they've been together for 2 years plus, I think. And the guy gives the girl the ultimatum, and he's like, I'm ready to start a family, like I want to have kids. And she's like, bomb drop, what if I don't want kids? You've been dating this man for 2 years and you have not once said to him, what if I don't want kids, until this exact moment in time when you are now on a reality dating ultimatum show on Netflix. Right now, you want to do this right now. Y'all just need to have more conversations with your partners early on. First 6 months, okay? But what else have I been watching? Okay, y'all. 2 people told me to watch Too Hot to Handle. I have seen the first season of Too Hot to Handle, the season where the cockroach lands on that man's forehead on one of his one-on-one dates. I have seen that. I don't really remember how season 1 finished, but I have seen one season Too Hot to Handle. They have 5 seasons now. I think the part that gets me about Too Hot to Handle is like all the first episode of all the fake stuff that they think, and then it's like what's that little thing called, that speaker called Lana pops up, and everyone's like, no, and like melts into the ground and like super upset because they want to bone all these hot people that aren't even that hot. Not one person on Too Hot to Handle, well, I guess not one guy on Too Hot to Handle season 5, because that's the one I'm watching, I find attractive enough to sleep with, or enough to act the way these girls were acting. It's insane. I feel like I'm in an alternate universe, because it's like I'm not seeing what they're seeing. So I'm like, y'all think this man looks good? Because I'm confused. It's just like, I feel like I don't get fake and scripted from a lot of TV shows, but I get fake and scripted from Too Hot to Handle, because this can't be real. This can't be the reality we're living in. That y'all are so, that one dude, oh my god, I can't think of his name right now, but that one dude lost so freaking much, so much money, because he kept kissing all these damn girls and just wouldn't stop to kiss like 2 girls in one night. Y'all, it's insane. I don't think that people be that good looking, and they really be like, I can't help myself, they're so fine. Oh god, I hate it. I can't. I can watch a lot of stuff, but I don't think I can watch Too Hot to Handle. It's so bad. It's so bad. Oh my god. But I'm gonna keep watching it. I'm not far in. I think I'm on like episode 4, 3, episode 4, maybe episode 5. I don't know. But y'all, it's bad. It's bad. It's entertaining and it's funny because it's so bad. It's like watching a train wreck and you just like can't take your eyes off of it. I'm trying to push through that. I watched like all 10 episodes of The Ultimatum in one night. One, I was doing my hair, so I mean, I didn't have really anything else to do, but it was so good. Because I'm like, I have to see it. There's one couple on The Ultimatum that doesn't even make it all the way through. The girl was like, she was crazy, y'all. She was crazy about her man. She was like 30 years old, had a good job, made like 6 figures. And he was a bum. And she was like, you don't need nobody else. Like, you got a sugar mama. Like, why would you want da 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 da? And I'm like, girl, do you hear yourself? You need to stand up right now. She's a black woman too. I'm like, girl, if you don't stand the fuck up and get away from that man. Okay, talking about you got a 6-figure woman. You don't need nobody else. Girl, go find you a 7-figure man. Okay. And stop dealing with Tyrone. That was kind of racist. Oh my God, why did I say Tyrone? I mean, his name's Brian. He's black, but that was racist. I was discriminating. I wasn't being racist. I'm black. Okay, I'm discriminating. But it's insane. And then like the episode where they're supposed to pick, okay, and this is how I know that what this girl pulls is fake, and I'm ruining this for you guys. I'm sorry, but you can still watch it and be flabbergasted by it. The episode when they're supposed to pick the person in another couple that they want to live with, she pulls him that morning. They're supposed to be like living apart. She pulls him that morning and she goes, I'm pregnant. And so they stopped doing the show. But now people in the TikTok comments are saying there's no baby. Like they found her social media and there's no baby. I don't know, child. We'll see on the reunion, I guess. I don't know, child. It's crazy. I'm trying to think of what else I've been watching. I wanted to talk about Insecure and Love Island USA more in depth this episode, but I have two friends. I have a friend watching Insecure and I have a friend watching Love Island USA. But the finale is this week, so we will definitely be talking about it next week. So don't you worry. Or maybe I'll wait because the friend that is watching Love Island USA is going to be on the podcast as the first guest. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait so she'll finish and then we can kind of debrief together. But yeah, I wanted to get into Insecure, but my friend's like episode 1, season 3. So she ain't seen nothing yet. And I will definitely spoil Insecure if I talk about it more. But yeah, so basically if you've been wondering what I've been doing, I've just been watching TV and watching TikToks of Drake's concert because I will go to that man's concert. I need to breathe the same air as Drizzy, Drake, Rogers, Aubrey, Drake, Graham. I need to breathe the same air as him. So yeah, while I was gone, that's all I've been doing. Watching reality dating TV shows and watching TikToks of Drake's concert. So you didn't miss much. But that is all for you this episode. Let's get right into our song of the week. I was gonna pick a different song because I have 2 songs already from this album as song of the weeks in the past episodes, but she just came out with a video for it and it's gonna be on repeat. Plus, with what's going on in my life, this song's just gonna be on repeat, and that is Snooze by SZA. Y'all, if you haven't seen the video for it, go watch it. One, her body fucking insane. Okay, give me the surgeon's name. I can't afford to get it done, but give me the surgeon's name. I need to know. No shade on that. No shade at all. And then it's like she got Justin Bieber in the video, the dude from not the original Power, but the Power where it's about his ghost's son. She got one of the dudes in there, his fine self. Like, she really stacked the video, I can tell you that. But just go watch the video, go listen to the song. I love that song. Someone tried to ruin it for me months ago on TikTok when they were like, y'all know Snooze is about a toxic couple, right? If y'all knew what was going on in my life, this would make so much more sense. Maybe one day we'll talk about it. But song of the week is Snooze. Let me tell you guys where to find me. The podcast Instagram is istm.podcast. And that is all I'm going to say this today because I need you guys to follow the Instagram, okay? I need you guys to follow the Instagram. I need you guys to repost, okay? We're trying to build an empire here and I need y'all's help, okay? Well, that is it from me for this episode. I love you guys and I will see you next week.